My name is Jeong. I'm a caterer and cooking teacher, and I write columns for community magazines and online sites. Korean food is known around the world as being really robust, spicy, and very Korean. And people know of kimchi, the spicy pickled cabbage, for example, with lots of chili, fiery. But what's really interesting is that with over 5,000 years of culinary history, there's a lot of different Korean that the rest of the world don't know about. There's very subtle differences. It's very seasonal, very regional, and there's lots of room for fusion Korean, for example. Lately, I've been incorporating a lot of Korean food into my cooking, and the response has been phenomenal. My signature dish would be my garlic chive pancake with soy and shallots dressing. I cut them up into little pieces and serve it as a canapé, and it suits a variety of people, vegetarians and kids who don't even eat chives, and yet they like this dish. I've had lots of opportunities to learn lots of other foods around the world. For example, Chinese, Japanese, Indian, Thai, Vietnamese, as well as a lot of European cooking, French, Italian, German, and a lot of food. The very fabric is actually quite similar. You have to borrow from tradition and use traditional cooking methods, in my opinion, and move forward into modern cooking. And you can just get the essence of each of these cuisines and each of these food and help in your own preparation of your own cooking. And it's ironic that my knowledge and training of other foods have actually helped me better understand Korean food. And on the other side of that is those knowledges have helped me explain Korean food and showcase Korean food to other people so they can understand better. It's been an absolute joy to teach Korean cooking at the Korean Cultural Office, because I'm so amazed that Australians are so open and eager to learn Korean cooking. A lot of my students, when they come to my classes, a lot of them request recipes of food that they've eaten in restaurants, like japchae, which is stir-fried noodles with vegetables and meat. And then quickly realize that it's quite time-consuming. But for the most part, Korean food is very simple, and a lot of people are surprised how simple it is. And the challenge is showing the ingredients, the Korean ingredients that they can source quite well in Australia. I try to focus on food and dishes that let the ingredients sing, and I'm a big believer in that. And Australia has one of the best variety of ingredients in the world, and good quality ingredients. So just let the ingredients sing, and let a lot of the sauces that you can buy in the shops, let that work for you. What I want to achieve professionally and personally is sharing the joy of cooking. If it happens to be Korean that I'm quite knowledgeable about, then I'm more than happy to share that. Korean food is really healthy and it's very delicious. It's one of the healthiest cuisines in the world because it's quite low fat with lots of flavour. So I want to share that to the rest of the world. It hasn't been that well known, even though the popularity surge is quite amazing.